Hi, welcome to a new feature that I'm looking at. What you're looking at this moment in time is an image that I painted in 1993, yeah, some 25 years ago. And just below me there is a modern version that I've had a go at. So I'm just going to compare a few bits of the images and see where I've developed and where I've gone backwards, maybe even. So, first of all, let's have a look at our big image. Obviously, it's a painting I did from a photograph. Unfortunately, I didn't go to Venice. I got the photograph off the internet. And back in 1993, which is only a couple of 3 years after I started doing any kind of watercolour painting, I did this painting. So what I do actually like about the painting, the old one, is by this time I'd start to look at some tonal values. If you look at the left hand side of the painting near where the bridge is, there's a little bit of tonal value going in there, and the only real absolute tonal value is the tower a bit further along. But most of the colours in this image are quite flat. What you'll also notice is there's an awful lot of detail, especially in the water. It looks like an ocean rather than a calm canal. And throughout this painting, it's a bit too detailed. So let's now have a look at my newer version. Straight away, I can see in the sky, it's a bit more dynamic, and I've used techniques to be able to give the sky a much more realistic look to it. We can see that on the far left side with the buildings, they're a lot more darker than our far right buildings, and none of the painting itself has extremely strong detail. But one thing I've got really good is the dome tower. It looks as though it's curved now. It didn't have no tonal value in it. The foreground boat for me is a much more three-dimensional thing, and I've been able to bleed the colours of most of the different areas into one another so it flows better in a more fluid kind of a way. Now, the next time I do this, I'll probably do it with an old photo and then do a painting while I'm reviewing the old photo. But on this occasion, as it's the first go at it, I'm just testing this out, and I hope that you've enjoyed having a quick look at this. So 1993 up to 2018. Has it changed? Has it got better? Has it got worse? That's up to you to really decide. I just point out that the fact that I put a lot more in this particular picture reflections, which is lacking in the other painting. But anyway, this is what I'm planning on doing in the future, and I hope it's been of interest to you. And I think this will be a good thing for you to all have a look at if you've got some old photos and paintings that you've done, and review them at the very least and see how far you've got with your paintings to this date. So thanks for having a look in, and I know it's a bit experimental, and I'm sure we'll improve on this as soon as I possibly can. But thank you for coming on board. See you later and happy arting.